This is Wednesday, and you know what that means. AEWTF.
What does that mean?
And how many people on the roster do the Destroyer?
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to put over the PWG library.
I just think that people got fooled by the blood and girls bleeding.
Oh, man, those guys are awesome.
Hello, this is Tim, and I should have some kind of corny line like JR. This is Wednesday, and you know what that means. But
you took that from Brody Lee.
Yeah, I know. This is. I wish you just wouldn't do it all the time, though.
Sure.
But this is Friday evening-ish, Saturday, or whenever. I guess podcasts are on demand, so this is whenever
you could be
want.
listening at any time.
Yeah, it's anytime you want, and you know what time that means. We're going to talk about AEW Revolution and AEW Dynamite from this past week. We're just going to cover Revolution very briefly just to help us with covering the actual Dynamite episode. So we had not new tag team champions. If you guys stop me whenever there's something important you need to add. Basically, I didn't like how the Bucks didn't go for blood after these two dudes beat up their dad. They just hit all their stuff like they always do.
Yep, I thought the same thing. Bucks. This is a blood feud, and as long as they get in their 20 moves, then
I thought it was a solid match, but I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was solid. It was a Young Bucks match. And
you're getting the same Young Bucks match every time. It doesn't matter what the story is.
But even with the way they put them through tables the week before, there was no carryover of that emotion into the match.
Well, I mean, the opening spot was tackle, punch, 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 then go spotty, I guess.
Oh, well, there you go. Yep. Never mind. They clearly...
Right.
There you go.
Take it all back.
They sold the story right there. Yeah. What more do you guys want?
There was that tag team cluster thing that... we kind of all knew what was going to happen with that.
Jungle Boy and Phoenix was fucking sweet.
Yes, right. That's kind of like we all kind of talked about that a little bit too. It's kind of a look at the future.
My issue with in general, yes, it was a cluster. We knew it was going to be that. But my problem with it was every time a new team would come out, everyone would just kind of sit off to the side. Like no one was even selling that they were injured or anything. At least in the Royal Rumble, people go to the corners and they will sell. Everyone's just like, we're going to take a knee like we're young boys. Just in a training session, watch you guys do your couple spots. Okay, now everyone can get back up again until the clock goes off again.
Yeah, except for Dustin Rhodes, who was interrupting every spot and looking so fucking long.
Yeah, he was confused, just walking out in the middle of it. I noticed that. But also the camera didn't do them that's part of their production issues. The camera didn't do them any favors because the Rumble will zoom in on the two guys and you don't see all those other guys just hanging out. So I felt like we saw the guys hanging out way more than the Rumble.
Yeah, my big takeaway though was just same as Draven, just how fucking awesome Jungle Boy and Phoenix was and how awesome it's going to be as a one-on-one match.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. The women's match. And next we had Miro and Kip Sabian and Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, and I actually thought this was what Miro should have been. I mean, that's really my own comment. Is I wish Miro would have been this from the get-go. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, his spinning kicks to their faces were both of them were just dead on. Looked like the killer he should be. Cash, you had an issue with how it started?
Well, so apparently, because I didn't see it, I was basically skipping around. I knew we were only going to talk about a couple matches on the pay-per-view, so I skipped around most of them. But so did at the start, did somebody put somebody else's head through the glass of the arcade?
It was a giant door that had a glass little window, almost like a prison cell window.
Okay, so not
he smacked Chuck Taylor's head into that.
Oh, okay. So I had saw somewhere where somebody said he put his head through an arcade glass thing, and I thought that was ridiculous, knowing the street fight was coming up. So, but if that didn't happen, then never mind.
Well, no, but it wasn't necessary. I don't think it really added to the story. I mean,
is it necessary for you to drink my own urine?
Oh, it's never necessary. But it is sanitary. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they got through the match pretty quick, right? They just come out already fighting, basically.
Yeah, Miro held him and basically was doing the whole, go ahead and say you quit and I'll take you back as my...
Oh.
whatever, and then he was like, ref, ring the damn bell or whatever, and then the match just went from there. But, yeah.
I mean, so hopefully Miro will be done with this and he can do it.
Yeah, I think everybody's ready for this to be over.
My other note about that was, so the finish is Miro ends up bumping, was it Chuck or Orange Cassidy? One of them into Ford. She comes off the apron and hits on the side. So whenever that comes back up, and that's what splits up Miro and Kip, who becomes the face in that?
I know.
There is not one redeeming thing about Kip Sabian that I'm like, I really want to cheer for this guy. Like, even if his wife did just get hit, or, like their wedding got ruined, like all those things you might get a sympathy card for, like, there is nothing.
They could kind of do
If they're going to keep Miro as a beast, then he needs to stay a heel and not become the lovable beast. And so I just think that
or he
that
could just
might be
weird. He could be like WCW Goldberg and just murder people and not give a shit.
Yeah,
that's fine too.
And I mean, they could kind of like have him just start like bullying the fuck out of Kip Sabian to where, I mean, Sabian can even try to fight back, and Miro's just a damn monster. So you could kind of turn Sabian face, give it a couple shows. Ugh. I mean, I don't see why you'd want to, but sooner you can get those two guys apart, the better.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, Matt Hardy and Hangman Page. I think Jason, he said better than he thought it'd be, and I kind of agree. I know, Draven, you were falling asleep.
Yeah.
That's funny because I only saw the finish, and I thought to myself, I bet this match was boring as shit.
But here's why I said it was better. I didn't say it was good. Here's why it was better than what it could have been. So Hardy basically just worked the hand and the arm the entire match. So it didn't have to get that. Not that Page is super spot monkey, but there was nothing where it didn't have to show Matt Hardy isn't athletic or that his body's broken. Get it? Broken.
Right.
The way the psychology of the match made sense to where we're just working the arm the whole time, so we don't have to be doing crazy things. It just ends as it ends, and I mean the buckshot lariat it looked ridiculous. The forearm the spinning elbow forearm thing he gave Hardy looked great too. Okay. Maybe now Page can move on and be actually a part of a real program.
You know what I just thought they should do? It would be I could either go really good or really bad. Matt Hardy and Christian versus the Bucks and get them to a TLC.
I don't want Matt Hardy involved in that.
Matt Hardy could not survive that.
Well, I think he's had enough time on this world.
Yeah,
so
I'm not a fan of watching Matt Hardy perform as a wrestler anymore. Yeah.
I mean, I don't disagree.
I was done with him about 5 years ago, honestly, so.
He's super creative and like a major asset, but not in ring. Like he just can't.
When we get to the Dynamite part, he fully redeems himself, possibly in my eyes.
And totally redeems himself.
All right.
So we had the match for the hemorrhoid donut pillow. Max Caster, Lance Archer, Scorpio Sky, Penta with a bunch of other words, Cody Rhodes, and who's the dude? Page.
Ethan Page.
So we have Christian Cage, Ethan Page, Adam Page,
Brian
Cage.
Christian did that.
So they're all
and
family.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh
yeah, technically around too.
I think he's a father.
Is that three pages?
Yes,
wow.
3 pages.
Two
cages. In a cage. So Scorpio Sky won. Yeah, Scorpio Sky's really good. We'll get to the Dynamite part or whatever. I thought this is actually a pretty lackluster ladder match.
I was going to say it's probably one of the worst ladder matches I've ever seen. It was just so boring.
Which is hard to do. Like, it's impressive.
Nobody had any fire in the match. Everybody mailing it in.
They all kind of acted like they had worked the match earlier in the night because they were all really winded out the gate.
It's real weird to put Ethan Page in this spot too, because he's not like a spotty guy. He's more like a promo guy.
Yeah. And no one, here's the whole thing. Their big reveal was a guy from Impact in this Age of Impact where no one sees it. So, like, most people had to be like, who? What? Why?
Well, that and they went out of their way to say he's a great tag team worker. He's done all kinds of great tag team things. So, okay, so we got Scorpio Sky in there that you're like, this guy, he's really been slept on. I mean, he had a title shot and was the first tag team champion. But again, tag guy. You got Penta, tag guy. Like, and these are the people that need to be the face of your company, which I also don't even get that gimmick because if I'm already the champion, am I not upset that I can't be the face of your company? Why does the guy who wins the match to fight me get to be the face of the company?
Well, also, like, I hate that the match was a Vince McMahon inside joke. Like, he says, get up and grab that brass ring. They based the whole match off of the other company's main guys saying he had. Like, come on, guys, let it go. Like,
I also think it was super poorly done the way they did the Cody injury thing, but he was hovering in the entranceway the whole time. You knew he was coming back, so, like, why didn't he go all the way to the back and then come back out?
Yeah.
So it wasn't taken away.
And I think that all still speaks to the whole production because I felt the same way about, like, you got 2 of the 6 guys in the ring and the other guys are just sitting on the outside waiting. Like, they never showed there was never any carnage of, Penta's down for the next 10 minutes because he went through this ladder. It was just, he's just not in the ring right now.
I just got other stuff. I got things. So then Christian Cage came out and didn't say a word, just came out and signed a contract and left. And they showed his name before he came out. So
the weirdest thing to me, too, is I don't know if anyone else realized this, but he had the exact same music he used in his TNA run. So the second the music kicked in, I knew it was him before it even came up on the chart.
Yes,
I just appreciated the announcing of, and now the man who has come here to sign a contract to work for AEW. Like, what?
It would have had so much more impact if they just didn't announce the signing and he was a surprise.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Impact. I see what you did. Cash, what do you got to say about Christian Cage?
Yeah, I mean, you were telling, because I didn't see it, you were telling me about, like, the music and them showing his name. Mm-hmm. I just more production stuff. I don't understand why somebody in the back wasn't like, hey, why don't we just have the lights go down and then have a spotlight hit the ramp and there stands Christian and then all of his shit can kick in. Like, I just don't know how they don't have anybody back there that has some, like, they have so many smart wrestling minds, but no one seems to say anything, I guess, or get listened to. I don't know what the deal is.
They did the same kind of introduction for Sting, but for him it was kind of cool because you weren't expecting somebody new.
And it was awesome. Like, because you didn't expect it. So, yeah. But this, you knew there was going to be somebody, so plus people already had Christian as, like, a favorite as to who it was going to be, so
yeah.
I don't know. It's just so many little things AEW still does. Just drives me insane.
A lot of it, too, I think I'd chalk it up to them being in that building in Jacksonville. When they're on the road and doing it from arenas, they didn't seem to have this many production snafus.
You think they would have it all set up because they get to leave it there at Daly's Place? You think they would be able to have a super set?
But the angles are all weird because it's like hard cam straight on the entranceway, which is weird to begin with.
That's true, actually. I never even thought about that, but yeah. So next we had my favorite part, and I think probably everyone else's, is the Sting and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks and Brian Cage in the cinematic match. And holy cow, that was awesome. So I loved it.
Most of my notes are just like whatever, like something happened, and then we go on, holy fuck, I love this. So that's most of my notes. I thought, again, just real like everybody's already complained about it, so it's nothing new I'm saying. But there was just no need whatsoever for commentary. And it just made it super weird when they were like showing Sting driving and Darby on the skateboard. I'm like, so we're just doing like DVD commentary? Like it was just weird.
Yeah.
Like even if they would have waited.
Well, Taz should have known if it. Yeah, this obviously was filmed earlier, so Taz should have known if his guys won or lost. Like they didn't tell him. Like,
well, I mean, they were playing it up like it was
live. But it was supposed to be happening.
Yeah. And that's what.
Yeah. Oh,
and that's what made the commentary so fucking weird.
Yeah, Yeah.
Especially when you got Tony Schiavone hyping up, oh, I thought he was going to throw him out the window, and then nobody gets thrown out the window. Like,
Yeah, I did.
What the big spots are, but not overhyped shit that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, like, if nothing else, if you want to have commentary, whatever, but start commentary when the match starts, not when you're watching clearly the pre-filmed Sting driving with edits and cuts and...
Man, there's some good shots.
Oh, it
the shot
looked
where
beautiful.
the drone flew through the front seat. Yeah, he went through the front seat of Brian Cage's car whenever Starks was getting in. That was an awesome shot. There was a bunch.
Yeah,
of
this
shots,
is where
I know it won't get as much hype as all the other cool spots in the match, but Brian Cage doing a stalling suplex and walking up a flight of stairs.
Oh, it was awesome.
Amazing.
I wonder how many flights of stairs he could do.
With Darby, probably.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had.
He's not a cardio
with
guy.
Darby,
You're getting into cardio after a few flights.
This is the exact opposite production of everything else that I complain about AEW wise.
Right.
Like, where is this for everything? They had so much attention to detail, so many good ideas, so many good angles.
So I heard rumors Sting used a stunt double. Is that true or not true? Does anyone know that?
I don't think that is true because I watched the whole match and I got a big ass TV and it didn't look like anyone switched in.
See, I didn't think so either. I thought it was him the whole time too. But then I heard someone say, but I thought Sting looked like a badass at 61 years old, which is
like there was a clear
Right.
when they sunset flip spot,
Yeah.
but I think that's because it on the first try.
Yeah.
They just covered it with editing.
we talked about it. Me and Cash knows that too. That the sunset flip spot looked like it was a redo.
Man, if I was like a young kid, like teenager or whatever, Darby Allin, I'm pretty sure would be the coolest fucking human being alive in my eyes. Like,
Yeah, probably.
that dude's got to be just slaughtering the demographic that they
Well,
want.
he's like our Jeff Hardy from basically whenever we were that.
I was just gonna say for when we were growing up, it's like Jeff Hardy and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Him jumping off the wall at the beginning was badass. Like, immediately into the match, I was already in love with this match. Like you said, Sting just looked like a badass, like just beating the shit out of Ricky Starks. Yeah, it was all like, I loved how they kind of split the guys up. So they had Darby and Brian Cage kind of start the more street fight aspect of it, while Sting was just wearing Ricky Starks out in the ring.
Yeah, and the finish was a little bit weird just to be the action, but I think that's probably what they needed. I mean, to have a satisfying finish, as Sting hits his finish in the middle of a ring is for his debut match is kind of what you want, I guess. So that I get it. But Jason, what do you think? You like it? Hate it?
Oh yeah, no, I really liked it. The other angle I liked, and it's straight out of like, it reminded me of like Raw is War, the intro video where they're in the warehouse. When Sting and him are in the ring, and then I'm sure it was a drone, but it almost seemed like it was just on a track on the ceiling, but it went across basically where they ended up diving through all the way to the other end of the warehouse, like on a straight track shot. Looked really good.
It did.
And like you said, it's just completely the opposite of whoever did that production. Apparently, they've had that guy sitting working on this match for the last month, and that's why everything else has been suffering. Yeah, Sting looks solid. At no point did it, if they wouldn't keep saying how old he is. But I also never thought that it was a body double. I always thought it was him. And yeah, it looked good top to bottom. I agree with Cash about the commentary. I did like that they at least had Taz come out and explained why he wasn't there. As far as
I told Cash that too. I like that.
I have commentary obligations, so Tony Khan is able to force me to be here, so I can't be there. Like, that part I really like, that they explained why Taz didn't suddenly show up there too.
Yeah,
and it kept him out of it. So yeah, no, it was good top to bottom. I was pleasantly surprised, because sometimes those cinematic matches just get a little out there, and even with all the time in the world, they don't really seem like they make sure that it looks good. They're just concerned about the cool stuff they can do since it's not live, and it definitely lived up to the hype. Hopefully, whatever the next match is for Sting in a real ring in front of people will be just as entertaining.
I don't know how many of those will probably actually happen. I bet there'll be more cinematic stuff. He'll do something, but I don't think he'll probably do very many, especially like a one-on-one with anybody. I don't see it, but we'll see. So now we're
hold on,
the big grand
real
finale.
quick. Two things about the street fight that I thought, just small minor things. One was, why did like Powerhouse Hobbs bother wearing the mask?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Street cred.
Two, so he's already came out. Why did Tony act like Hook coming out was bigger than Christian Cage's debut?
It's Hook!
Tony was freaking out about it. Like, he couldn't believe that two different people.
I really think it's an inside joke thing with him and Taz because they do the commentary together sometimes on Dark.
And then
I think they're there at 3 a.m. every night recording. So
the only other thing about this match was that I think it just was one more thing to add to the unfortunate series of events of the main event. Because after the street fight, we didn't need the main event. They could have just had Omega and Mox in a basic gimmick match, like a last man standing or something simple, if you wanted to do that, and then save that barbed wire thing for another time.
Yeah, so the main event, Moxley and Omega for the title. Moxley's rematch.
Before we get going, I missed the last 5 minutes, but I really enjoyed what I saw. Did anything bad happen in those last 5 minutes?
Do not go back and watch it. Actually, so I mean, the match is whatever. I'm Gary. I got to pee in a minute, so you guys can take over in a second. But so the whole thing with Eddie Kingston was amazing. I loved it. And if that explosion just had went off, that would have been beautiful. Like the whole story they went for, what they attempted, I thought was great. It just didn't work out. Yeah. But what they attempted was great. And I thought the match was good. The only problem I have is Moxley got hit with the exploding baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire to the face and then kicked out at 2. But the one-winged angel, that's really what does it. But whatever.
Oh, they also, the best, so he hit that one-winged angel twice, and when he hits it the second time, Callis says, no one's ever kicked out of this before. He literally kicked out of it in this match. What the hell are you talking about?
You guys keep going. I'll be back.
He kicked the rope and it exploded. He didn't kick out of the move. He put his foot on the rope to like break
the
yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Technicalities.
And the explosion made the explosion made Kenny Omega pull off of him too. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I knew that happened. It wasn't just lining up that was the move that put him in that situation.
They have definitely made the one-winged angel the most protected move in wrestling, which is awesome. I'm glad somebody's move matters. So Draven, like, what were your thoughts on the match?
The work of the match itself, and even how the explosions on the ropes worked, I thought looked really good. Like there's one spot where Kenny went face first, almost like a Bret Hart in the corner bump into the ropes, and the explosion went off.
Yeah, that looked good.
Really good.
Yeah.
I wish they would have dimmed the lights a little bit. I thought that would have made the explosions look a little bit better. But I loved the match. I was glad that they left the actual ropes on, because usually in Japan they do the no rope barbed wire, and then it's just like if the wrestlers, when they get sent into the barbed wire, like it's this big slow pain in the ass thing where the wrestlers have to kind of like lean into it and try not to fall out of the ring, and then it just never looks good. So this worked a lot better having the rope still there.
I didn't realize that, but that is a good catch on that.
I did like the little details of like the one time Omega went for his moonsault, he had to make sure he only went off the one side of the rope so he didn't set off an explosion.
Yeah, I wish there was, and I don't know, maybe this. I think it would have been better like this, but I could be wrong. But I wish they would have had like a timer on the screen, the whole time, like the 30-minute timer. Even if, like, just kind of like, you don't have to make it this giant, huge thing, but I think it would have added to the anticipation of the
I just think the way that it was laid out, though, they didn't really want to have to go a full 30. It was Titan time. They were just going to.
That's what I did wonder too, because like, did anybody?
Yeah.
I meant to look at the timestamp on the match to see how long they went, like see if it was a legit 30 or not, because. Because I wondered if maybe they just didn't want to fuck with that.
I don't feel like it was 30. I bet you it was a work 30, like Omega said.
One thing that I mentioned to Tim that's real weird to me. So they did the triple hell on the outside. There's 3 landmine barbed wire boards.
Only used one.
They only used one of them. What's 3?
I mean, I'm kind of glad they didn't force the other 2, but I am shocked that they didn't find a way to like maybe even like double up the other 2 and just do 2 bumps. Because it was weird that they had them and they didn't use them.
Yeah, it does make a lot of
Omega's
sense.
bump on that fucking paradigm shift off the apron through that death thing. It looked nasty. Like what I forget what they were calling it already. The landmine. Like he went forehead first.
I mean, the guys worked their asses off. Bunch of good bumps. I mean, you really can't fault them. It's just that stupid explosion.
One of the spots in the ring, they had the boards against the corner that had barbed wire on them. And Mox does a T-bone suplex to Omega through the one.
Yeah.
And the timing was a split second off, and I thought Omega was going to puncture his eyeball.
It kind of looked like Omega, like he wasn't ready to go. So, like, Moxley was kind of, like, muscling him, and, like, Omega was trying to kind of get his balance. It was a weird, kind of scary, because I thought he landed weird at first. But, so then we get the One-Winged Angel is the most protected move in wrestling. And so, I mean, it made sense that going through a chair after all the shit Mox had been through is what did him in.
My whole thing was, and I get that it just makes him that much of he's a heel, he's a piece of shit, we hate Omega, but there was really no need for the Good Brothers to come out for what they did. Like, they literally came out, they both got stomped, they handed him the bat. I mean, Callis could have walked over and gave him the bat, or the bat could have just been under the ring, and he could have, did the whole pointed his head like, I'm the one that designed this. So
you gotta get your boys. You gotta get your boys a pay-per-view payday, son.
I guess for a company they don't work at.
You don't get over the numbers advantage thing though by just having a manager hand him the thing. Mox seemed super outnumbered, so if they go forward, the next story is like the Bullet Club's too much for whoever.
Yeah, also gives Eddie, Eddie more reason.
I am glad that it is leading somewhere with Eddie next week, at least on Dynamite. But it's just one of those. At the time, I was like, that just doesn't seem needed.
I wish I felt like there was not enough. Like, at first I thought there wasn't enough urgency about the explosion between Mox and Omega, but then after I thought about it, I was like, well, I really wouldn't have wanted 30 minutes of them being slow and, like, always looking at the ring to sell that there was a bomb. But I thought the Good Brothers could have. Like, they shouldn't have been so willing to just jump in the ring. Because I know that, like, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, but, like, if you're on a bomb... Like, if you're literally standing on top of a bomb, and you're
We've all done that.
And you're told, hey, you have 30 minutes, like you're the most trusting human being ever to be like, it's going to be exactly 30 minutes. So I felt like the Good Brothers should have just been like so willing to be in there. They could have at least sold it. But then, man, like what happened? Like, fuck. I just felt. I still feel so bad for Mox and Kingston, even though they covered it up really well the next night. But, man, so Eddie Kingston's so damn good that even knowing what's about to happen, I still had goosebumps when he came out and did the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It came out today. Omega did an interview or just a little clip or something with Wrestling Observer, and he said they tested it multiple times before the show. And every time they tested it before the show, the explosion was awesome. Just the one time it counted, it just was a dud.
I don't know who, but somebody's got to call an audible when that happens. Like you've got to get the ref or somebody to tell them, "Hey, quit selling." You got to do something.
Yeah, Eddie sold hard, and I felt bad. I mean, he covered it well, but. You think he would have known? Just someone should have told him, "Hey, it didn't go off. Stop selling." Like,
right.
So,
well, especially since they did cover it the next day with their promo, but or on Wednesday. But for then Moxley to get up after the match and then cut the promo about it, and then him be winded but be okay. And it's like, okay, so the guy that just came down to the ring is still laying here in the background, and you're like,
Well, Mox was protected by all that Eddie Kingston fat.
Yeah.
Overall though, the street fight was amazing. The death match itself was really fucking good. It was amazing to watch that happen on an American pay-per-view. That was pretty crazy. I kept a couple times during the match, I was just like, holy shit, this is actually a match on a nationally televised American wrestling product. I think it's a good thing. I don't know. To me, it's a good thing. I mean, people like that kind of shit, and this is the feud that these guys had.
Yeah.
I'm surprised with the building being right next door to an NFL franchise's home stadium that the insurance is able to cover that kind of a match.
That's the promoter in you.
Right?
So, So, any last thoughts on the pay-per-view?
I thought it was okay. Overall, it was an okay show. I mean, talent worked hard. Things happened, but
the last two matches were really good. I think everybody remembers it different if that bomb goes off.
100%, yeah.
I agree.
definitely. Yeah, no, I watched the whole show because I thought we were doing a deep dive in it, which, I mean, we've done a little bit deeper than I think we even thought we were going to go. But
Heyo.
But it was every bit as enjoyable as any other recent pay-per-view I've watched from any other unnamed company.
Yeah, I'd put it above the last few pay-per-views of the other company.
Oh, that we do not.
We're talking about Impact.
Are we talking about Impact or NWA?
I was talking about that that runs down the street from me. I'm sure there is one.
That's us.
There's got to be one.
Oh, no.
Anyway, so we're on to Dynamite. Well, we're actually supposed to cover that pay-per-view in like 30 minutes. That seems about right. But then they have the first match is Ray Phoenix versus Matt Jackson. They're going to tease the tag match.
Before we get too far into this, I just have to ask: is Great Britain and Mexico like major allies or something? Like, this group doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it does not. I don't. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, I mean,
first of all, it doesn't always have to be about where you're from, Draven. You placist son of a.
Okay, two of them wear masks. One of them wears face paint. One of them's like a long, scraggly, murderer-looking guy. There's really no connective tissue at all.
I could be completely wrong, but I think Great Britain probably fought alongside Mexico in the American-Mexican War.
I wish they would. I wish they would get that promo. I wish. But match was great. I thought it was really, really good. I mean,
it's the Mexican-American War. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm glad we got
situated.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. Matt Jackson obviously is the better Jackson.
Whoa, hard to.
You got everyone? No, are we not in agreement? Matt Jackson's the better Jackson.
No, I mean it depends on what you're rating on, but like Nick Jackson's 30 times more flippy.
Wait, which one's the older one?
Does all the cool shit.
Nick.
So this is the easiest way to tell them apart. So Matt, M, mutton chops, and Nick, no hair because he's balding.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, I like this. Is what we use from now on.
I thought it was universally agreed that Matt was the better one. I did not know
there was any debate. I didn't either.
Okay, I was way more excited when I thought it was going to be Ray Phoenix against Jungle Boy. I'll say that. Because they showed the little clip of those two guys at the end of the Sonic the Hedgehog ring.
They announced this match on the pay-per-view, though, so...
So I have some different notes about the match. I enjoyed the match. But when they came out, it reminded me, and they spray the money, you know? So the Young Bucks just released their book, and they were on Jericho's podcast, and like a month ago maybe. And while they're talking, Jericho goes, "Oh, bucks, like dollars. I finally get why you guys spray money when you come out." How long have they been working together?
Jericho is an old man at this point.
So that was a side note. They cut to SCU in the audience. Those guys use the same time machine technology as Paul Rudd, because for Daniels to be 51 and Kazarian's 44, but Daniels looks the same now as he does, because I've been watching those TNA pay-per-views that they've been showing before Impact. Like, he looks the same as he looked a decade ago. Maybe a little bit rounder in the face.
That's what you get when you start shaving your head before people notice. Age forever. Not that I know.
Don't call me out on my own podcast. Don't call me out here.
Shave your head, asshole.
When it showed those guys out in the crowd, Kazarian and Daniels, my first thought was that Kazarian, I thought it was like a young NBA coach sitting there next to Daniels. Like, he looks like he just got done coaching. Maybe even like a college coach. Like, he just looked like he just got done coaching a team and was ready, and he was just relaxing. There was a weird spot in the match where Phoenix is too fast for life. Yeah, like, he goes to do that fake dive out, like the dive fake out spot. But, like, Matt was already on the other side of the ring.
Yeah, I saw that.
And commentary yells,
like,
Ray put on the brakes. Well, no shit. What was he going to do? Dive off onto Pac?
Slow down enough to know who was there. He was just like, there's a human body there, I'm going.
Well, so everyone liked it. It was, I mean, really good openers.
I might be reading too much into, or like putting my own story on this match, but I like that they kind of just showed that Phoenix and Matt Jackson aren't an even matchup, and that one would probably have to assume that Pac is the better singles wrestler between him and Nick, but Nick is the better tag wrestler. So, like, there's a bunch of layers to this tag match now.
You're way too deep in this, man. That's not. They didn't
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna assume they did, and I'm gonna give them credit for it.
That definitely sounds like something JR would try to tell us in the match.
This is my audition to write for AEW.
Well, as soon as the match ends, they do the preview for the rest of the show, and they're like, okay, so tonight we're going to have interviews with Moxley and Eddie. We're going to have an interview with Christian Cage. We're going to have an interview with Sting. We're going to talk with... It was like, what the hell is happening for the next hour and 40 minutes? It's nothing but interviews?
I did a tally. There were 5 matches on this show.
I would have guessed like 15 promos, but...
Wow.
I did too. Thank you.
So this is the sports product, right?
Yeah. I have a little bit about this in my final show notes, where I kind of we'll get to it.
So next we got the Mox and Eddie. I always forget Eddie's first name. I just want to say Kingston, but Eddie Kingston. I think he went by was he just Kingston or somebody? I'm trying to think. And CZW. Didn't he go by something else for a little bit? All right, I'm just losing my mind. Anyway, promo is really good. We talked about it earlier where, he said he had a flashback or whatever. I think Kenny later on making fun of it, though, was like almost poor taste to make fun of someone's mental health. Isn't that like almost a faux pas?
Not PC at all.
Mental health. I thought he was talking about Kingston's name and character. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Kenny Omega's going for that super uber heel. So, the
Mox and Kingston promo was pretty much two of the best talkers in the history of wrestling, just bullshitting their way out of the dumbest ending of a pay-per-view ever. And
it worked 100%.
I laughed real hard when they said the bomb was a dud because
yeah, I did too. I did when Eddie Kingston did the jerk-off motion. I was like, he did that on TNT.
I would like to just say to further my audition for AEW's writing team, Tim is my witness because I told him I wrote this earlier in the day. I called the Eddie Kingston explanation earlier in the day, so hire me, pay me money. Thank you.
And scene. So next we had Cody Rhodes.
Pretty professional wrestler.
Versus Cody Rhodes versus Seth Gargis.
Oh, before we get to the actual match, so the disabled kid in the crowd is actually part of the Revenge roster.
I saw you tweet about or put it on Instagram, I think. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so Jordy, he lives around here and he's good friends with McChesney and stuff, and he's just kind of become a part of the shows that run around here. And when I put that picture up on the Revenge page, McChesney sends me a text. He's like, yeah, I hooked it up for him. Like, what are you talking about? I guess Jordy's family's all rich and they go vacation in Florida all the time, and McChesney sent Wardlow a tweet.
That is awesome.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, well, good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So anyway, Cody Rhodes, and in my note I put Cody Rhodes being the super uber face, and I didn't remember that guy. I forgot that you know him.
I wrote versus Gangrel Jobber because they went out of their way to tell us that Gangrel trained him.
How dare you? Gangrel is not a jobber.
No. The guy in the ring was Gangrel's jobber because they said Gangrel trained him, and then this guy just completely looked terrible. So
if you've ever played a wrestling video game where you have to fight the most generic-ass creator wrestlers ever, like in small towns to work your way up.
And that was the first level, too. You shouldn't beat him that quick. It was exactly like
thank God they didn't do the normal AEW thing and have this be competitive.
50-50,
I was pretty glad to see Cody just squash the fuck out of this guy.
Because they easily could have did, we know Cody has a bad shoulder and a bad arm, so that guy just works his arm the whole time.
But then we started a random feud kind of out of nowhere with Penta from the Spanish commentator.
Penta looks fucking sharp in a suit.
Yeah, I like the look, and I actually like him on the mic and stuff. He has good charisma, even though we don't speak the same language. But I thought it was actually pretty good, but it seemed random. But I guess you have to start a feud somehow. So
it totally makes sense if you know that Penta's finisher in Lucha Underground was the arm breaking deal. You tell him you don't see no way that he's going to hurt Cody's arm and put Cody out so he can get surgery.
Oh, I didn't know Cody needs surgery. Apparently,
he needs paternity leave.
I gotcha.
That's why I honestly thought Mox was going to go down at the end, big explosion, and we don't see him again for months because he was going to take paternity leave. I always expected that to be how that main event ended at pay-per-view.
I got to get this joke in, though. Did you say paternity or fraternity?
Either way, he enjoys the beverage.
God damn it, Cody only lives a couple hours away from Jacksonville. Does he really need time off to play with a baby?
I mean, it's once a week, right?
Not according to Penta.
It's once a week. It's not like he's got to, every Wednesday you just have to go somewhere.
It's once
Everyone doesn't quit their job when they have a kid, so.
I will say, so one of the things, WWE could really use could learn a little bit from AEW here. It's okay to have a bunch of wrestling promos on your show, but let your guy wrestle someone before a promo. This worked really well. I hate how WWE constantly just parades dudes out for promos, even if they're just let them squash somebody real quick. Let us see them be a wrestler.
Do you assume?
Yeah, there's a lot more organic.
Let's assume that Cody's was a promo, and they're like, guys, we're a little bit too heavy. Cody's got to at least beat up somebody first, for God's sakes.
Hey, let's put that janitor in some wrestling tights. I think he hung out with.
He's like, I met Gangrel once. Oh, good enough for us.
Well, I mean, I watched him on TV a couple times. I wouldn't say I hung out with him.
I saw a girl.
Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that.
That's good enough for me.
Oh, God.
So anyway, next,
I can get into this one. This one ain't that bad. So they had Gangrel in Erie for a show, and they asked if he could shower at my apartment before he went back to his
blood.
Wife. So he comes over. I let him shower here. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. So he looks me dead in the eye. He's like, "Brother, this apartment's way too clean. Are you a serial killer or are you gay?" I start laughing. I'm like, "Can it be both?" And he starts laughing. I'm like, "No, I'm real clean, man."
So, and also, Cash is Gangrel's kind of has a Gangrel story. Cash gave him one of his shirts, the Bearded Death ones, and I've seen Gangrel in random appearances wearing that.
Yeah,
shirt
I don't think he has
any
other shirts.
I'm not surprised. He doesn't look like he goes out and buys clothes Like,
now that you
vampires
mention
go out
it,
and
that's a
buy
good
their
call. I
own
really wish I
wardrobe?
would have thought about that. I would have given him like 5 or 6 so he could stay safe.
Anyway, so we're on to the next promo in this promo show. Chuck and Orange Cassidy at the arcade. I barely listened to it, and I think Chuck Taylor is not good on the microphone.
I'm so sick of seeing the fucking it's pretty badass. There's an arcade in the arena. I'll say that. Like, if you're one of the guys working, I assume they use it every fucking show.
I figured there's probably an arcade in town that they go film.
Like, if there's an arcade that close to them, they're always using it. All this promo did was make me wonder if, like, back in the day when arcades first, like, there was the big boom in the 80s. I wonder, like, what promotions, like USWA or Mid-South, did those storylines. Because they jumped on all that random shit back then.
Well, knowing those promotions, they probably beat the shit out of the machine so they could steal the quarters.
They're not going to pay the boys with those quarters. You kidding me?
No, those are for drugs.
Yeah, I was
so.
It's like that. It's like that casino machine where you got to knock off all the quarters and you win them, and they somehow never win them.
It looks like you're about to every time.
Defies physics.
That's a Memphis payday.
I thought that was a sexual move. Memphis payday. Both. I think I've done that. But it's both. Anyway, speaking.
So I think that promo was leading to, are they doing some sort of like lumberjack match with arcades around the ring? Or?
Don't.
That's what it sounds like. I'm not trying to be funny. I really think that's the idea.
If they're
going to surround the ring with arcade machines.
They do that, so.
Not one in existence or anything.
Thanks, Tony.
Because it's got to be Teshravani. Yeah. God, Tony.
Way done.
I get it. You're friends with Sting, Tony. It's kind of a big deal, but we're done with it.
Yeah, why are you so surprised if you're such good friends with him?
And then they do another random babyface kind of promo, and a heel who had nothing to do with him just comes out and.
Is it in Sting's contract?
Yes.
He's not allowed to say more than like a sentence and a half?
Christian's got the same contract, so.
So I like Lance Archer. Like, I really enjoyed his last run. I said on the first podcast with New Japan, his G1 Climax was just great. That went in 2019. But enough about him. The snakeskin outfit that Jake comes out in is so on point. He was ready to go to the club or maybe to that arcade and get him some string.
And real quick, while these guys are out here, let me jump back to AEW Dark for a couple of notes real quick. So, Lance Archer squashed.
Please do.
Well, it did squash. It was actually a way too competitive match. John Schuyler, he was one of the jobbers in the tag team that got squashed by Pac and Phoenix a couple weeks ago. So, but this match, he was like he was competitive. But anyways, Jake Roberts comes out in a snakeskin tracksuit, and I need one more than I've ever needed anything in my life. And then I already kind of told Tim about this, but I want to bring it up on here. So Lance Archer wins, and then Jake Roberts gets in the ring with the mic, and he does the he says something about, I like surprises, don't you? For no reason. And then he goes, that's what she said, and laughs to himself. So then he says, Cody Rhodes, I so badly want to hurt you. I want to make you scream. Huh? I think about that a lot. And then he just hands the mic to Lance Archer. It was the weirdest. I was like, is he flirting with Cody Rhodes right now? I would have.
So that's a clear indication.
Like, Lance Archer didn't seem to know what was happening. Like, so I'm. Yeah, so make sure you start watching AEW Dark and Jake Roberts promos.
Well, so when the gummies hit, when you're talking about Jake Roberts' track,
dude, it was
hard to focus on anything
nice.
else. But
So are they leading to a Sting versus Archer deal? Because Archer will probably
he will literally murder Hawk.
Or is this like the lead up to a Jake the Snake versus Sting match, which seems more on top?
Yeah, I just read today where Jake
involved.
said that he didn't see him having one more match in him. So
me either, Jake.
But
either.
I mean,
I said that
Lance Archer is kind of a
96.
perfect guy to go up against Sting. If you're going to go like the cinematic route, like Lance Archer looks like he's a big fucking dude, has a good on-screen presence.
That'd be like a horror movie. Yeah.
So it was an easy way to set this up. Well,
he's got to get his block the rope.
That's going to be tricky.
He'll find a way up a wall.
It'll be a psych. Go ahead.
Go get Jake.
Yeah, it'll be like a Psycho Circus
the wires
match,
and harnesses and shit.
They'll do something where he's like on the tightrope. I don't know. I'm writing it now. I'll get it booked.
But
why? You sound like you're going to be hired before this podcast.
And Cash hung up. I don't know why.
I'm rich,
bitch.
Said
he had another call. I got that Jaguar money. So next we got another kind of. Well, it's actually a little bit competitive. The Ethan Page versus Lee Johnson.
The basketball game.
You mean the basketball game?
This is where I lose my fucking mind.
Go ahead. I thought I did too.
QT Marshall and Lee Johnson are in the back doing a promo, and then all of a sudden we hear the I think it was, I don't know what game it was. I think it
was baseball.
It was basketball.
Like baseball.
No, it's definitely basketball. You can hear
all of a
sneakers squeaking on the court.
A basketball game audio coming in.
And defense.
Yeah,
and I was about 2 gummies deep, and I was
dude. I thought my phone
had mind right now.
I thought there was a tab on my phone open I didn't know about. I thought maybe I left my computer on. I was like up walking around.
I looked. You guys told me I still went and looked out.
Wait, why would you think it was a basketball game outside your window?
I just thought there was someone else watching TV somewhere. I was like, I hear another TV.
I did. Yeah.
Tony Khan actually flipped out on Twitter about this and said it was a TNT.
Who did? Oh, Tony did? I thought you said Chris Khan. I was like, why?
Yeah, because people were saying they watched it on the Fight app, and it wasn't that it didn't happen on there. So it was apparently a TNT problem.
Yeah,
but it lasted through the entire Ethan Page versus Lee Johnson match. But Tony Khan posted the full match on. Well, he had AEW post the full match on YouTube. Yeah,
that wasn't necessary.
So I know Ethan Page. I like him. I think he's solid, but I have to be honest. I think Lee Johnson stood out more in this match than Page did.
I thought it was supposed to be a squash, but I was like, okay, like they're kind of getting Lee over too.
They need to maybe get Ethan Page a promo where he can establish a character and start getting rolling there instead of just matches with no time to talk.
Yeah, my initial note was, so they bring Page in as this hot free agent that they're hyping up at the pay-per-view, and then his first match is one-on-one against a young boy. Clearly, because we had QT Marshall out there, even if there wasn't a storyline involved with that. But then the young boy ends up looking just as good. So what does that say about your new hot hire? So, yeah, you definitely need to get him one of those 20 promos so that he can set himself up and something.
They actually did do a picture-in-picture promo during the match for Ethan Page, but you couldn't hear it because basketball.
So that Ego's Edge, that's a hard no for me, brother. That's a hard no. I'm not taking
that.
What
was it?
The neck. Why? The neck, whenever you land, it's a razor's edge.
It's just a razor's edge.
He doesn't drop to his knees.
It's a tossing razor's edge.
Like a border toss kind of, but straight forward.
I couldn't pay attention to the match because of the audio.
I just feel like I would land right on top of my head. I would start rotating. I'd feel it just from him pushing my arms. But
no, your instinct would push you further than that, and you'd moonsault and land on your stomach.
Hopefully, or somewhere in the middle.
I mean, you took a stunner and just landed with a moonsault. Of course you.
I can land on anything from a moonsault. But so Ethan Page, I guess they're going to try to push him on here. I don't know. They got so many guys they're trying to push right now. I don't know where he even fits.
Well, but was it even really about pushing him or doing anything with him? Because literally the story of the match was just once again QT Marshall, who showed up in Shaq's corner, so we already know he was in the ring across from Cody 2 weeks ago, and no one mentioned it.
Yeah.
Like, so how many more times till Dustin goes, you know what, maybe you're not on our side anymore?
QT officially turned heel at the pay-per-view in the tag battle royal.
Yeah.
Well, him and Dustin had an argument. He eliminated himself, and he spit at Dustin. So he's a full-on heel, not like...
But still showed up in their gear, the Nightmare shirt or whatever jacket, and brought out their trainee.
Cody's like, in his face.
I was telling these guys, Tim and Jason, during the pay-per-view, that like on Dark, it was the first time I'd heard about the Natural Nightmares.
Yeah, let go, Dark. I'm not giving you the.
Well, I saw QT.
Right.
Look, I fucking watched it. I'm going to talk about
Dark.
It was the longest hour of my life. I legitimately thought I had watched 3 hours of wrestling, and I'd watched an hour and 7 minutes. There are so many matches on Dark. But anyways, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes came out as the Natural Nightmares, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. That's a good way to get QT Marshall a rub. I like that they have a tag team name. And then the first fucking thing I see in that casino battle royale is them breaking up.
They've been a regular team for like 6 months now. They had a Dynamite main event against Butcher and Blade.
Never mind. It was just me on the short. It was my short ride.
Yeah.
But I think what they're doing here is there's so many of the Nightmare family dudes that are just on Dark and need developmental time that they're actually breaking them up into face and heel dudes so they can feud with each other on Dark.
That makes sense. Yeah, and again, promoter and Draven, even though we promote, but he actually runs the one that draws. So, all right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I got money.
And moving on to.
It's supposed to be so.
What's that?
It was too
that was
true.
A joke. That wasn't supposed to land so awkward.
It was very. I mean, it's just stating facts. It's like you're.
I thought it was funny.
I think we're
now I lost where I was.
Oh, okay.
No.
Hey, Hangman Page's promo.
Cage, it's all the same.
I had Dark Order promo. That's why I was like, what? No. But yeah, it's the same thing.
It's weird that they're riding around on a lawnmower on artificial turf in the Jaguars' fucking practice facility, but whatever.
There was only one part of that promo that mattered, and that was when he listed off all the things he spent the money on, and he said, I got all the Dwight Yoakam on vinyl.
Well, do you see they almost flipped the mower? When he jumped on back, the mower popped up. They almost flipped it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're lucky that they're able to get the camera off there, else they'd have to refilm
where, like, apparently this match, this promo was a payoff to, like, an Easter egg. I guess at some point when Adam Page was coming out for one of his matches, his title card read, can't afford a new lawnmower. And this was...
Jesus.
It actually it goes further back than that because he was feuding with the Dark Order when Brody was still around, and Brody beat his ass, and when he won the TNT title, he went out and bought riding lawnmowers for all the Dark Order to sit on.
Yeah, okay, so this is like really long-term storytelling. I like it.
Right? Yeah, those nameplates for Hangman are always fucking hilarious and always lead to shit.
But so we all talked about our love for Hangman Page. I really like
too.
John Silver. I think he's awesome. The rest of the Dark Order, they're okay. I mean, they're just, they don't really have personalities.
I don't think it's anything in 5.
What is it now?
Yeah.
5 and 10. I don't see anything at all.
10 seems green as...
Oh, they wouldn't even let 5 on the lawnmower. They don't see anything in them either.
Turf in the practice facility, like... But then we got supposed to be a Christian Cage promo. We got promo, but it ends up being Kenny Omega comes out and they try to basically explain away that people wanted to see an explosion, so they made it not work. They weren't going to say they didn't sabotage it, but they weren't going to say they did. Blah blah blah.
As the non-worker on this podcast, let me ask you guys a question. So you're scheduled to come out to cut a promo, right? And someone else just comes out, so you just stay in the back, like for the next 10 minutes, and then finally decide to come out. Like
it would be weird, especially if you come out the same time. Like he just walked right past you. You had to. You had to have seen him.
Right, like, what? So Christian's like, well, you guys go first, I guess. I'll just stand here.
Well, no. There's a heel tunnel and a face tunnel. Christian came out of the face, and Omega came out of the heel one. So
yeah,
who's talking to the music guy then? Is he in the middle because are they both telling him to play his music, or like?
They probably have a touch screen where you can play your own music, man.
Go
ahead.
Shivani like acting like he didn't understand what was happening. When the girls show up with their brooms, and you're like, "What's going on here? I don't know what's happening." Like
Tony doesn't remember the show.
What do you think is happening?
Like,
good point.
He comes in fresh every week. That's what makes Tony a great commentator.
He is their workhorse. He's like all the shows, all the backstage interviews, all the segments, like on the road, like anything they do, he's always on it.
And so anytime like a new viewer starts watching, Tony Schiavone is there to hold their hand because he's lost with them. So
he's an idiot too. There are two notes I want to get in here. First, so we really just saw Kenny Omega on TNT national TV tell Don Callis to get on top of him and 59 him.
A whole bunch of times.
But I think one thing that happens a lot is everyone wants to compare AEW to TNA, and I think there's no better way to compare them than the way that Eddie Kingston's been treated. He was a straight-up jobber in TNA that was like a manager and a third in some faction that meant nothing. And he's straight up a pay-per-view main eventer now.
I think that's
AEW.
Yeah, that's kind of when I think my opinion completely like changed on AEW is when Kingston became a top guy. Because I was like, well, okay, you're making the smartest decision in wrestling.
Right. So I don't know if you guys may not have seen this, but did you see that Impact? So they got their Impact World title and they got a TNA World title for some dumb reason, and they're going to merge those at the next pay-per-view. But then the winner of that loses
the
Kenny Omega
is
at
the
next
word you're looking for.
But what I'm getting to is they're merging the Impact World title with the AEW World title, supposedly. Unless there's some.
I think he's doing a belt collector. He's going to collect all the belts.
But they've promoted it as a title unification match.
I thought it was just title. I thought it said title for title.
I'll look while we talk, but I don't think
unifying. But
so I'm pretty sure that they are going to have. Go ahead.
Just make TNA into dark, and then Cash can write for TNA.
Is Kenny Omega still the AAA champion?
I believe so, but he doesn't bring it out on TV.
Right. Well, that's why I was just playing into the whole. Basically, Kenny Omega is the modern day Ultimo Dragon. I've been saying it for years
too. But
okay,
people are like, "Why? Why do you keep saying that?"
You ran that angle with Austin Aries in TNA, though. He had 9 belts came out
so Rich Swann and Moose will wrestle each other to unify the Impact and the TNT title, right? TNA title, and then the winner of that match will be against Omega in a title versus title. So not a unification match, title versus title.
The other one's
I don't see them doing where either guy gets both belts. So whoever wins.
But how do you have Kenny Omega go 50-50 with
like
the dude that was just in the cruiserweight?
I mean, you have to have Moose win. I think maybe I don't think Moose is a very good worker.
I didn't even consider that
whoever wins between Moose and Rich Swann, I don't think you have there be a finish to them versus Omega, because I think the other guy that lost comes out and interferes, so that way Impact can have its thing. Because if Impact lets Kenny Omega win the belt, it doesn't do anything for Impact. Like Omega, so
Omega might work some Impact stuff though.
The one pay-per-view he worked was the highest bought TNA pay-per-view since they were on.
But I also saw that they
Omega's doing something for them.
Apparently TNA wants whoever their champion or Impact, whatever the fuck they're actually called, they want whoever their champion is to be like work all of the shows. So is Omega going to be cool with that?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he can, because they only run. I mean, they tape all their stuffs like 2 at a time, so he has to work one day, twice a month.
And I mean, that could be as much as him just doing a promo. They don't want to.
So I think he could pull it off very easily with no house shows and nothing else. I mean, there's no other shows.
I mean, it just really kind of I don't think it bury. I guess it doesn't bury Impact, but it just kind of like. Yeah, but like
Impact deserves to be
unless AEW is buying them, then like they shouldn't willingly like dig the hole.
I think they think they're getting Kenny. They're looking at it like we now have Kenny Omega on our roster, not Kenny Omega took our belt.
I think literally all they're looking at it is, hey, we get to use the Good Brothers for free. That's literally all they're looking at it like, probably.
I thought
it
was weird that Mox didn't come out with Kingston. Like, I don't know if Moxley was just in the back taking a shit. Like, because they start talking shit about Kingston and he comes out. But like, if him and Moxley were just like, like they're hanging out now. So.
Yeah, so.
See, they were drinking whiskey in that backstage promo, so Mox probably had to take a wicked long pee.
Did you come?
Yeah.
But he did have to fight Christian in the end.
He became British. He took a wicked long. Like, what was that? That's what it is.
Boston,
more Boston.
British.
I kept going across the ocean.
I hate Christian's shirt.
I do too. Jason quit. I get it.
Yeah.
I can put 2-2 together. He doesn't like us anymore.
Oh.
Let's bury him with Impact. Get in the hole, Jason.
I don't know if he'll be able to come back or not. Well,
I don't know. We're getting.
But yeah, I don't know. Right now, I really don't care about
awesome.
Christian being there at all. I'd be more interested in seeing like Eddie Kingston against Omega or Mox.
See, I'm super over on Christian. I think him versus anyone on the roster would be fucking amazing. Consider him versus Pac, him versus Ray Phoenix, him versus Kenny would be fucking amazing.
I just see him as like
I do love Christian.
He's so underrated.
Not past his prime, but like I don't know. I just AEW I thought was going to be it's just so constant. Like we're going to bring another WWE guy in.
I didn't think he would jump right to the world title.
You're looking at it as a WWE guy. So there's a finite pool of people that know how to wrestle at like a high level. You're just saying you can't hire anyone that also is in WWE at one point?
Talking themselves up like they're the complete alternative, then.
But their world champion is Kenny Omega. Their TNT champions Darby Allin. The tag champs are the Young Bucks. It's all people that have never been in WWE.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Impact did too much damage to me, and now it just like
PTSD.
Look, it's hard to just move on.
Sins against AEW.
He's doing the Eddie Kingston. He's having a flashback of the horrible time before. That's why.
Listen. We know TNA's shitty. They used him.
They did. I got to be there to watch that.
I just thought it was really cool that Mike Tenay said my name. I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Mike Tenay said my name. That's the best thing that happened during the whole thing.
I swear to God, I really do believe this. Somehow, some way, them talking about your name that day led to Lance Archer being Vance Archer in WWE.
I'll go with that theory.
He was around that time, and somehow they're like, "What do you want your name to be? You can't be Lance." Vance.
I also got confirmation when me and Jason went to WrestleMania last year. We ran into Shima, and I was talking to him, and we are talking about WWE and blah blah blah, and he's just he's being nice, asking about what I'm doing wrestling, and I telling him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I meant to tell you." He goes, you do the boot stomp. He goes, I started doing that, and in IWA Mid South. Well, I guess that's where Tyler Black got it from. And he's like, yeah, Tyler Black said that he saw a guy in OVW use it as his finish or whatever. And I was like, yeah. So Shima confirmed that Seth Rollins basically stole the boot stomp from me. I kind of knew it anyway because he came in OVW right when I left, and that's the only thing they liked about me was that boot stomp. So I know that they went, hey, that guy's gone. Here's this new guy.
Me just taking stomp got me a spot in Dragon Gate, so that's how powerful that goddamn boot stomp
you is. And Zach sell it ridiculously, so. But anyway, past now we're talking about us, but and more about us. But so yeah, Christian's going to go right into main event feud. It looks like, which I mean, the match will be good. So
it may just be like a one-off on Dynamite though. Like their world title scene's pretty muddy. There's Mox and Kingston. And
I would be down for a one-off actually. Just establishing, but now the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life.
I know Cash is going to go long on this one.
Britt Baker with Rebel, Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero, a bunch of other people. It was all awful. Awful.
So
the girl singing, and they kept fighting, and then just all the commentators are shooting on it and like let's shoot laughing about it. Like
that mic shot after the fact sucked so much dick too. When she hit Sheeta with the mic, it was like the most risky shot of all time.
As a dumb American, let me just ask: is every Japanese female wrestler just annoying as fuck? Like what? Why is this like the same? Yeah, why?
That's all their gimmicks.
Is that what
all their gimmicks?
Like Asuka does weird shit that you're just like, all right, I guess keep doing that. And then that fucking Miko or what's the Ryo Mizunami, she gets out there and does her dances and weird shit. And now fucking Maki Ito.
There's three more.
Yeah, I'm like watching this and I was just like, oh. And then what was the name of Asuka's tag partner? Who?
Yeah,
she did like the weird shit sometimes. I don't know. It's just too many fucking of the same gimmick. I didn't know who the fuck the teams were. I didn't know who the heels were. I didn't know who the faces were. I had no idea what was happening. Like,
let me help at least on that. The heels were the performers, and the faces were the crowd that had to sit through that shit.
We took a lot of
Maki
heat.
Ito,
a lot of heat.
She comes out and sings, and like everybody's like laughing and putting it. But she's a heel apparently. And then,
what?
But then she's on. I don't know. I hated it. Negative 50 stars. Fuck that match.
It was so bad. I texted them. I said, "I might
literally." So here's what I have in my note. Let me get this out. What I had in my notes is literally every trope in the history of wrestling was just thrown in a blender. You have a mime, a singer, dancing, a hoss, an old lady, the modern day Chris Jericho and Ralphus. You had somebody with Darby Allin face paint and a kendo stick. No reason. It was all thrown in a blender.
Like, I think out of all 6 of them, Thunder Rosa's like. I liked her a lot. I just felt bad for her.
She's great.
I hated it. I fucking hated every second of it. I was glad it was over when it was over.
I do like Britt Baker character work with her and Rebel or Reba doing the Ralphus deal. So Thunder Rosa goes to set up a dive spot and realizes that nobody's there, and it's just the most egregious fucking thing ever when they're like, I'll give you this lame ass shot here, and then switch you to a different corner and do the lame shot, and then throw you out of the ring and go back up to the other corner to do the dive.
It was
Just
rough.
the worst fucking shit ever.
One of my good buddies in wrestling from OVW, he's married to.
And I already told you what to tell him to tell her.
Actually.
So.
Yeah, and Susio's.
No, it was much meaner.
It's Susio's.
What, get your writing job?
It's Susio's tag partner, Jimmy. Jimmy Paradise is what he wrestled by. He was a writer at TNA and wrote the what's it called, the Final Deletion. Him and what's his name, and they both got hired for NXT.
Jason's note for the women's match was that it was something straight out of Joey Ryan's penis party show.
Yeah, and we were there live 2 years ago.
Yeah,
so.
I almost didn't read his text.
That phrase has a whole different meaning.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead. But it's an entirely different thing now.
Yeah, I was at. That's the one. I'm at the one you guys are worried about. That's the one I was.
All right, so then up next,
the Matt Hardy promo,
and if we're getting a new Dungeon of Doom, I am so fucking down for this. If Matt Hardy, I don't. Matt Hardy
represent the original Dungeon of Doom.
Who all's in Matt Hardy's group? Yes.
Private party sitting on each other's shoulders or Zeus.
I mean, they can be the Shark.
The one has the double mohawk.
I'm very down if they're going to have Matt Hardy not work and just be like the new Kevin Sullivan, and then we get this ridiculous new group versus Dark Order. I'm pretty excited about it.
Isn't he basically Kevin Nash's real life? He's just all about getting as much money and not working. Like he just took Kevin Nash's shoot personality.
What connective tissue does this new group have? You have like two party dudes that like to drink. You got Matt Hardy who's doing like I'm a rich guy thing, and then you got like
it's
two serial
Matt
killers
Hardy,
and a chick that's into like leather fetish.
Private party are the guys that are going to want to be around the guy with all the money. Because they want to live that lifestyle. And then the murderers are the guys that Matt Hardy hired to make sure nobody fucks with their party.
It sounds like a good movie. I would watch the movie.
And now take all of that.
I mean, you kind of turned me around.
There's a cult called the Dark Order that want to shut this party down.
They're not going to give you the job. Stop it.
Fuck you. I'm making my career out of this.
So next we had a really, really good match. Scorpio Sky and Darby Allin. It had one spot that made me furious. Darby did a reversal, and instead of pushing on the back, he grabbed his wrist with both hands and did the whole, the like rookie, you're a little kid and how you send someone off the ropes. Both hands like that, pulling one hand.
Did he do it like
awful,
where he was throwing his whole body behind it?
I didn't catch that.
Oh.
No. So he did a normal reversal and just did two hands.
I did see that Scorpio Sky or Darby Allin did the Vance Desmond babyface special. Which, if Vance Desmond's a babyface, he is hurting that ankle on the leapfrog. Every goddamn time. You think he'd cut it out of his arsenal, but he's going to go for it again.
It only bothers me whenever I'm being a nice guy. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Got those weak ankles.
Blood
you
to my cheeks. That makes sense. So less blood to the ankles.
I do think the third version of the TNT belt finally
looked. I didn't really pay attention. I forgot that they were kind of working on it. It is a work in progress.
They had like an all-silver version on red, and then they did like the silver and gold version on red, which still kind of looked ugly. But after they retired the old belt to Brody,
it looked really good.
This one's silver and gold on a black strap now, and it looks way better.
Is Darby Allin right now the best bumper in wrestling? Like, it looks... I don't know if it's because he's... like.
Yeah, so.
Man, that used to be your job,
I don't know if it's
Omega.
like because of his... Right.
Yeah, he's headed that direction.
As far as bumping and selling goes, like he's kind of the new, like HBK. and Ziggler's like Mr. Perfect. Like every bump HBK took made it look like he was like it killed him. Oh, I mean on the inside.
Yeah, he's dead.
So Ziggler's dead?
Yeah.
I was wrong. I thought 1,000%
That
thought this match was going to a time limit draw. I was glad that I was wrong and it had a finish.
I like the finish too. That looked really slick.
The pacing for this was a lot slower than like the super spotty Ray Phoenix match. I thought that actually stood out and made it come off a lot better too. They weren't trying to outdo somebody else at a different.
They gave Darby the time to sell, and that's what he's super good at. So they gave him like plenty of like Scorpio Sky didn't rush to the next spot. He let Darby lay there, and they actually got facial expressions and stuff like that. So it's way.
I do have to question. So Scorpio Sky was doing the rolling Germans where he stays connected, and the third one was a German to a turnbuckle pad, which I don't get.
Yeah, especially the way he was hitting the Germans, like he was folding Darby up. I would have rather have been thrown into a nice turnbuckle pad. Tim, you were saying they slowed it down. Commentary put that over too, or Draven was saying how it was like different. Commentary put it over because they were putting over how Darby's actually an accomplished collegiate wrestler. And how he kind of surprised Scorpio by wrestling.
Yeah, Iowa.
Having a slower paced style. Yeah. So it was a weird twist, but
program.
Yeah,
I
was glad too that it was a different match than what Phoenix and Matt Jackson was.
No one will see it.
And I guess they're going to keep on doing it too, since they have
the post-match that
Scorpio attacking. Yeah, if that's the first one, that first one was great. We could really see some good stuff. So, and then we get to our main event, which is a promo. But what?
Before we get to that, though, that goddamn Scorpio Sky used the bad guy tunnel. Tony Schiavone put it over.
Oh no!
Yeah, Tony Schiavone was like, he went down the other tunnel.
Tony even put it.
It was it was I laughed because they pointed like Tony had a good 20 seconds about it.
I think I did hear that and I just kind of shrugged it off. I never thought about it, but yeah, so the Inner Circle come out and they do me and Cash talked about it a little bit, but maybe the best, I mean I'm hoping I'm jumping the gun here, Megas will be like no, but the best segment in probably 5 to 10 years.
I think so.
In wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all in agreement. This was fantastic. MJF begging in the corner and almost crying. That was amazing. Like all of it was good.
I saw somebody point out too that there was like a lack in internal logic. They're like, well, what happens if Jericho never found out? But they actually, it plays out much better. The original plan, so if the Inner Circle destroy Jericho, he still has his new debut and beat the shit out of the scraps.
Even before MJF does the beg off and all that stuff, like when Sammy comes out and he shows the video, the staging that the guys did, like so while that video's concluding and the camera's coming back to the ring. Like, you see everyone has, like, sided off to stare down Jericho. And, like, you just had, like, you knew what was about to happen. It was that thing wrestling used to be so good at back in, like, the Attitude Era, where you knew what was about to happen, but you still marked out for it. But then when they had the double turn, it was just like, oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah, this is, some of the best they've done. Just MJF and Jericho being the babyface and crawling up him when he's bloody, and MJF just staring down at him the whole time or whatever. This is, pretty much about as good as it could get.
The whole time, before they played the video, the whole time, I'm like, where's Wardlow? Like, they didn't mention anything about him not being out there. But then when the lights go off and they come back on, everything clicked. And
we and Cash talked about that today, too. He's like, it kind of threw me off because Wardlow wasn't going to be there, and I knew I had saw like headlines or whatever. It said like MJF turns on the Inner Circle, blah blah blah. So I knew that was coming. But so that's I kind of when I saw Wardlow right there, I was like, oh, that's why. That makes sense.
I wish Sean Spears wasn't involved.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, Jason texted and said that they need to go ahead and just ditch Spears now because he's going to get lost in the fold of FTR, MJF, and Wardlow anyways. So, yeah, I mean, he's the Paul Roma.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe 100 times.
They already have Tully, who's 10 times better.
Yeah, team honored. Really good segment. A great moment. One, like I said, there hasn't been like a moment like that in wrestling in a promo in a long time, in a segment.
The only thing I can ding on the whole segment is MJF puts on the ring to punch Jericho, and that's what opens him up. But
you gotta
just didn't even touch Jericho. He did like the weird side of the hand punch.
I didn't even catch it.
You gotta work. I mean, you gotta be better at that. But like, it's hard to like really say too much shit about MJF. Everything else he does is usually pretty great. Wardlow is a goddamn monster of a human being.
Yeah.
And Jim Ross.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Tim, is he Rob Bailey's brother? Like,
yeah, he
especially because he had the tank top on. And I was just like, I don't know if this isn't Rob Bailey. Like, I don't know if we can prove that.
But yeah, Jim Ross is like, he's going to be the greatest thing ever. Look at him, like every time someone tries to bring up someone else, he's yeah, but look at Wardlow.
Yeah, they go to talk about like Dr. Britt Baker, and JR's like, yeah, but have you seen this Wardlow?
I wonder if this is the start to the build to. Are they going to do finally their War Games?
Why don't we just make every belt and give it to Wardlow?
Yeah, I mean, I am pretty interested to see what they do War Games wise. Like, if they just go back to the original.
I don't know. The original Cage is just not high enough. Like, I don't know.
Wait. Did you see the cage match in AEW that was Wardlow versus Cody? Cage is 25 feet tall, like way taller. As
War Games Cage.
So. Right, but War Games is going to be two of those with a lid on it. Like, they're not going to build a brand new cage that they don't already have.
It's basically Hell in a Cell. 2-ring Hell in a Cell.
Okay, so that's the show. Ends on a really good note. Ends with a hot angle. Makes me want to watch next week for sure.
I feel like my rating's going to be too high. I don't want to go first.
Okay.
I'll go first because mine's going to be lower than your guys' probably. So the pay-per-view had 10 segments in 4 hours. This show had 12 segments in like an hour and 40 minutes of time. So they jammed so much shit that I almost got whiplash. So I kind of dinged it a little bit for that because there was just so much shit going on bleeding into each other.
Wow.
I gave it a 14.
You go ahead.
You went back and forth on the rating because of the same reason as Draven. There was just so many fucking promos. In a way, like, that's what drew me to ECW back in the day, was just they were just throwing promo after promo, like telling you what the stories were, who these characters were. So, like, in a way, I kind of like that, but we are almost 2 years into AEW. So I don't think we need this many promos. It's a good way to get a lot of stories started, though.
They did start like 3 or 4 feuds tonight, so.
I think it's just they signed so many new dudes, and they still want to keep the dudes that they have. So they
never
throwing.
They
more
never cut
on
anybody out. They keep just making dark episodes. Let's make more dark. We'll just have 7 different versions of dark every.
We'll have Thursday night dark. What's
We'll have
another
one
remix
for
thing
every
that
night of the
goes off?
week. It'll be a 4-hour
Yeah,
spectacular.
so the
There's remix elevation, right?
are they just taking
So
remix
dark
names?
ignition will be the next.
Is that what you? Okay, you cut out for a second.
That's what he said. Yeah, these are just
I thought it was. Yeah. The trios match was fucking awful.
Elevation was definitely a remix. man.
That drug it down.
Oh, yeah. I forgot the
But
worst
the
match
opener,
ever.
even though I really
Golden Scar.
was excited that
I just took mine down 10 points from just
the opener,
remembering
even
that
though
again.
I was like excited because I thought it was going to be Phoenix and Jungle Boy, the match was still awesome. Great opener. Darby and Scorpio was really good. The final segment was perfect. I gave it a rating on Wednesday as soon as I was finished watching, but then I put in my notes, think about it, and rate it Friday before the podcast. So originally I gave it an 80, but then after I thought about it,
Jesus.
yeah. So I was like, I think I'm too emotional right now. Like I think
I said Eddie Kingston.
like that segment.
Flashback.
Yeah, I was like, I think that final segment just made me push it too high. So I thought about it and I brought it down to a 55. Yeah, so 55
Okay, I
is
feel
because
good
it was really good, but it was just too many damn promos. The trios match really took some points away. But still the highest episode we've had so far for me.
Yeah, well.
Oh. What was your... Yeah, because you had like...
lower than I had for the Shaq.
Wow.
Oh, 51 for the Shaq. Okay. Wow.
It was a 51 for the Shaq, and I gave a 40 to this one.
This one for me is a 60. I love that. I love that final spot so much, and then the Darby match was so good, and the opening match I thought was really good. Of course, it was the worst match to ever happen because if you take that match off this show, I'm 85 with you probably. And then I like to actually.
I'm over 50.
I like that they did the squashes that they did. Like Cody did his squash, did the promo, and then the promo with Mox and Eddie Kingston. That was great. They explained away well. So yeah, I think this is my favorite episode I've seen of the show so far. So I like this episode better than the pay-per-view.
So hopefully we are like the first couple episodes we did was 100% build to the pay-per-view. So now we're getting the start of the new stories. So hopefully the next few weeks has got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Well, they got another named show, right? Next week. It's
it's
St. Patrick's Day something.
I don't know. Look at the green drunks.
Yeah.
Something racist towards my people.
It's always sunny in Jacksonville.
No, let me ask him real quick.
So did Jason give anyone his rating before he got eaten by a shark or whatever happened?
Talk amongst yourselves. So, oh no, so much pressure.
Oh, no.
So did they already announce that it's going to be Cody and Penta next week, or is that something we don't? Oh, okay.
Yeah. They got the main event next week is a lights out no DQ match between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker to finally blow off their angle,
and
it'll be the first time women have main evented.
Both of them are good.
It's called St. Patrick's Day Slam, and we will.
Oh God, so generic. I've been on a bunch of.
We will see Jurassic Express and Bear Country take on Matt Hardy's Dungeon of Doom.
The Dungeon.
47.
Oh, I got Jason's rating in, and it is a 47. Yeah. All right. Hey, don't steal my thunder.
Wow, yeah. I had the lowest rating here.
So.
I guess I just downgraded the stuff that I didn't
that
like.
Segment at the end was so good.
Opener, the Darby match. The opener, the Darby match, the Inner Circle segment were all fucking great, but The Sting promo didn't lead to.
I hope you're not hoping all these lead to dicks.
I don't know, man. What? Hey,
No.
not that there's anything
But
wrong
that's a
with
lot
that,
of dicks.
Exactly. The best friends promo didn't lead to shit. Like, there's a lot of kind of the Hardy Dungeon of Doom thing.
I like how we just gave him the Dungeon of Doom. But
I know.
yeah, well, so this will be out Saturday morning, and we'll try to do that from now on. It'll be every Saturday. It'll be out by the morning, so I should get it done somewhere in the middle of the evening. It just depends
Which
how much we talk at the
this
beginning.
one
I have
wasn't
to
too
edit,
much.
so.
Yeah. But
No, it's very
and we'll get John
so.
Moxley and Eddie Kingston against the Good Brothers. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And it's weird because one of the Good Brothers, what's his name, Doc, started wrestling with us. His second match was a show.
Is that what he wrestled as? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good old Dorian DeVille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wasn't
there.
even there. How did I?
Yeah, and he had that D Superman tattoo or whatever. It's what he wanted his whole gimmick to
Weird.
be off of. He had it on his shirt or whatever. Yeah, wasn't good. But anyway, so we will see
Eddie and Mox.
the Good Brothers, and who was Eddie and. Okay, so
Maybe they do an exploding
The
ring.
rings just start randomly exploding all of Moxley's matches from now on.
Yeah.
all right. Well, you guys are dead to me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.